Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today myself and my twin brother have our Mustang collection to show you. So every year they have Mustang Week in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we can never go because it's on the opposite end of the country, and even if we wanted to, we couldn't trailer all of our cars here. So today we're doing Mustang Weekend 2019 and just giving you a quick walk around and showing you the collection of cars that we both own together. All of these cars are completely paid off. They were all purchased, as we could get a hold of them one by one. Some of them we had to give up and got back later. And so I do have showcase series as well on my channel where you can see more in depth about every car, since it would take us all day to try to talk about even half of them. But as you can see, we have a lot of the colors here. We have competition orange, azure blue, torch red, screaming yellow, zinc yellow, Oxford white, and even laser red on the 98 Cobra that the two of us both share together. So it's quite a sight to see, and it's really cool to see all these new edges together as well, since they're starting to kind of disappear. My brother has a good video on that I'll link in the description as well. Okay, so we're going to do a quick walk around on each of these cars and pass the camera off to the person who doesn't own the car and let the owner just kind of tell you about each of the cars. So go ahead, Justin, and tell us about your competition orange Cobra.
All right, 2004 competition orange, one of 281 coupes built in the Cobras in that color. Originally a Utah car, brand new, but dealer traded to Phoenix, so no rust. 34,000 miles, all stock. As far as pulley and engine combination go, there's no, it has a exhaust on it, a off-road X-pipe and a Borla catback, but short shifter, and that's it. I'm keeping this one stock, but anyway, that's basically the rundown on that car. Low miles, nice, all original paint, and then we got the Azure Blue Mach 1, and it's a Nevada car, came out of Boulder City, which is just outside of Las Vegas. Was Team Ford, was the dealership it came from, new. Two previous owners, 86,000 miles, beautiful, all original paint. It's lowered on SR Performance, springs on the front, iBox Pro Sport on the back with no isolators, deep dish 17 by 10.5 wide AFS wheels, which are extremely hard to find now. Beautiful paint, beautiful condition. It was owned by a guy who worked nights, and he went home and put it in the garage, and it's been in the garage since I've owned it. I've never daily driven it, so it's a really nice paint. Beautiful low mile car. And here we have Danny Johnson's 03 Mach 1.
So this is my 03 torch red Mustang Mach 1, bought from Elko, Nevada. We bought this back in 2010, the very end of 2010, and my brother has a full video on it that I'll put in the description as well. But basically, went and turned the car down because of its condition, went and renegotiated, went back up to Elko again, which is like 7 or 8 hour drive from here, and bought it with a bad transmission, put in a new transmission, new clutch, every bolt-on you can think of, throttle, body, intake. Rebuilt the rear end with 410s and 31 spline shafts, Moser axles, the Cobra diff, 31 spline diff, and basically had the hood repainted since it had been, really bad condition since before that. But this was the first 32 valve engine car that I ever owned, and I was very happy to get it, and it's been a great car. I bought it with 95,000 miles on it, and now it has about 120,000 on it. And it runs really strong, perfect car. And this is my 2004 Screaming Yellow Cobra. This is the Terminator Cobra, and beautiful car. When I found this car, it was on Craigslist in Las Vegas, and we went down to race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and they closed the track for it barely raining on the track that night. So we went to look up this car, and it was gone off of Craigslist, but I still had his number. So I called the guy, we met up, and it was by far the nicest Mustang of this body style that I had ever seen or driven. And so I had to have it, negotiated everything with my wife, and it was a big jump for me with you know, at the time, but we got this. And beautiful car, Whipple supercharged, about 600 horsepower at the tire, and that's on 91 octane. Still plenty of room left in that, but anyway, 39,000 miles when I bought it, has 43,000 on it now, and just all around beautiful car. Borla Stinger catback, off-road H-pipe, and I have videos all over the place on this car, so you can see those if you want to check those out a little bit later. All right, now on to my 2003 Terminator Cobra 10th anniversary, torch red, Colorado red seat inserts, which is what was on the 10th anniversary package. It has the red powder coated brake calipers, you know, lots of the 10th anniversary stuff that you can see later in my other videos and stuff. But this car came out of California. It was purchased brand new by a guy who ran a dyno tuning shop, and he knew what the car was when they were new, recognized how important these were, put it away with the plastic still on the seats, no dealer prep, just a beautiful car that he kept like that. And he owned it for several years like that, and then he sold it to a friend, and that guy owned it for about 5,000 miles. You know, he put a ported posi port blower on it with you know, expansion tanks, and you know, heat exchanger, a bunch of cooling mods and things. I put down 516 at the wheels. It's on Maximum Motorsports coilovers, Maximum Motorsports subframe connector weld-ins, bushings in the back as well, full tilt boogie racing stuff. Just all around a really nice car. 43,000 miles on it. Let's see, it's got a MagnaFlow. It has MagnaFlow mufflers welded into an SLP catback and a catted X pipe. And yeah, just a beautiful car. I've always wanted a torch red Terminator, and I picked this one up just back in December, so I'm really excited about this car. And anyway, beautiful car. So now on to the Zinc Yellow Mach 1. And you may have seen this video in Danny Johnson's video of me getting the car, and I have a video about when I bought it too. It was really fun to go get it, and this car is in beautiful shape inside and out. It has 126,000 miles on it. Wheel spacers in the back, stock suspension, long tube BBK headers, off-road X pipe, and a pipes violator catback. I added the honeycomb Mach 1 panel on it. Let's see, it's just a really smooth running car, new clutch, rear end was rebuilt. It has about $3,100 in receipts from the previous owner, just maintenance and taking good care of it. Interior upgrade package car, stock shifter, C&L intake. So it's 03, so it's zinc yellow, and it has the black valve covers. But really nice car, really nice driver, very smooth running car. Okay, this Mustang here has probably the most in-depth story than all of them. This was a Mustang that I had 10 years ago. It was my first V8. You know, Mach 1s were going for $18,000. Terminators were $20,000 or $30,000. There's no way right in college I was ever going to get one of those. I got my first Mustang GT, first V8, and absolutely loved the car. It wasn't long since I was newly married that my wife decided, you know, a family car was more appropriate, that kind of thing. And so ended up reluctantly selling it, trying to do what was best for the relationship, and followed the car around everywhere for 10 years. My brother helped track it down, and he would tell me when he would see it places. And so anyway, long story short, this car, after trying to buy it back several times through several owners, got caught up into a little bit of a flood and was getting washed away. And I have a whole series on it that I'll link in the description if you want to see that. But anyway, I tried to get it back from those people at that time, and it didn't work out. The car went to auction. I followed it down to the auction, got it back, and slowly have been trying to restore it little by little, new carpet, you know, all that. But it was completely bone stock when I got it, and it's basically still bone stock now, other than a Mach 1 chin spoiler. And but this car, you know, even in its rough condition, means just as much to me as any of these other cars. And it's a 2-valve Mustang GT V8, and beautiful. Has 160,000 on it, but it drives fine, you know, for what it is. It's all stock. But the story involved in what the car means to me on this one, you'd be surprised with all these other ones here, you know, and how nice they are and how much horsepower the other ones are making. This one means just as much. And so this is a really cool car, and every time I see a white Mustang, I still am looking to see if that was my old car, having to have gone through getting rid of it, and then I have to remember that I own it again. So anyway, it's really cool life achievement, really cool to get this car back. Alright, 2004 Torch Red Mach 1. It's lowered on SR Performance springs, and it has, it's basically a stock car besides a short throw, cat delete, just straight pipe welded in where the cats were, and SLP loudmouth ones welded into the stock cat back, exhaust tips welded on as well. It has a Maximum Motorsports lowering, well, it has the Maximum Motorsport, CC plates that I installed because being lowered, it would have chewed through the tires the way it was, and I put a short throw shifter. It's a Pro 5.0 with a Steeda handle, same setup I have on my other cars, and it was not an IUP car. I added the headrests, I added the door pins and the pedals, and but really nice car. I bought it to be a daily driver, has 160,000 miles on it, and it runs absolutely flawless, no hiccups, no misfires, no stuttering or anything, no hesitation. Just a very clean running car. It's a little dirty because I daily drive it, and but I added the Mach 1 honeycomb decklet panel like on the yellow one, but since this is an 04 Mustang, something that I did to it that I like a lot was I put on this 40th anniversary badge here. And now this is where the Ford logo would go, but I put this in here. I really liked it to have the running pony and, you know, a 40th anniversary badge on it, because the fender badges say 40th anniversary as well. And these only came on the 40th anniversary package cars, the GTs and the V6s that were crimson red, white, and black with the Arizona beige striping and the Arizona beige wheels. This was on the shifter bezel on all those cars, and so it's a very hard plaque to get. They're about $100 on eBay if you can find them now. So I put this on here. I just thought that was a nice little touch. I did the plasti dip on the back valence, and I always wanted to do this panel and the plasti dip, but the paint was so nice on my blue one that I just didn't have the heart to do that to it. And so the paint was nice on this car as well, but it was a car that I did a little more modification to. Just because it was something fun to do and drive every day. I also have the 17 by 10.5 AFS wheels on the back with some G2 Nitto tires. I really like those 315s, and anyway, beautiful car and a wonderful daily driver. It just purrs down the road. I drive it about 20 miles each way to work, so about 40 miles a day round trip, and I couldn't be happier having a Mach 1 4-valve just to drive every day. So really like this car. All right, and then this is our 98 Cobra. So the two of us share this car together. We bought it together, and it kind of goes back into our childhood because we had 97 Mustangs, matching twin ones, and they were the V6. So this actual car lived in our neighborhood, and so it was really cool because we drooled over it growing up, being that we had the same car but a V6, and we always looked for it when we went by and everything. And long story short, my brother found it on Craigslist in Las Vegas after all these years, and it was that car. We verified it, and it was running a little rough. It had a pretty bad misfire. The windows didn't really roll down, the keyless entry didn't work, the speedometer didn't work, all these little things. And I have a whole series on this car too. I'll link in the description if you want to see all the details. But this is a cool car for us. We loved it back when we had our other ones, and we were able to get it from our childhood, and, you know, finally have the car we drooled over. And so it's in pretty rough cosmetic shape, but it drives perfectly. It has a new rotating assembly in it, and just drives really smooth. Great car, and it's a Cobra. We always loved the 96 to 98 Cobras, and so we were able to get this one, which is really cool, and we're enjoying just sharing it and having some fun with it and doing some small projects on it. And so, you know, the amount of money that we both put into this is cheap entertainment, to say the least. The two of us can have fun with it. We don't have to worry about it, you know, getting scratched or dinged, or if anything minor happens to it. And we just love having it and sharing time together, and it's really cool, and it brings us back to our childhood when we had our other Mustangs that were similar, only we get to hear the V8 that we always wanted to hear. So. So this was a really cool time to spend with my brother, and that's the thing, we connect real well with cars. We've always gotten along real well and been stupid together, but anyway, we had a lot of fun just kind of walking around and talking, and you know, just we can always get together and talk about these cars and talk about other people and Instagram and, you know, what's going on and superchargers and different things we might want to try doing and all that. But the thing is, it's really cool to be you know, this close together and have a good friendship and enjoy all these cars together. And there's a lot of them for just the two of us, and you know, it's a little crazy, we know that, but it's also fun. Each one has a story, each one has a time that, you know, it was a dream that we had to have a certain color of one or a certain one in general and get one back that we used to have and talk together. And so the cars run deep between us, and it's really cool to have that and to have that friendship, and all the friendship that we made as well online with the car videos that we've made and tutorials. And you know, a lot of the videos that I've made, he was right there helping me make them, and you know, either filming or helping me with the actual repair, lift the transmission on the car, build the gears, hold everything down. So a lot of my videos, I have over 500 of them on my channel now. You know, just about every one he's involved in some way or another. So eventually he made his channel too, if you haven't seen it, and so I'll put the link to his channel in this description as well. Then he talks about a lot of the stories on these cars, and all the cars that he's known, and different ones that he knew of growing up and that we both shared. So anyway, his channel is really great for that too, just the whole Mustang nostalgia and story time and that kind of thing too. So anyway, make sure you check out his channel and check out mine for anything you need as far as repairs and having a good time. So thanks for watching, and I'll put a link in the description to some of these that we have more in-depth information on if you're interested in seeing them. And put in the comments what you have and which cars you've had and that kind of thing. And keep making these videos for you guys.